Why are wind and hail deductibles a surprise? Imagine preparing for a storm and thinking your insurance will cover everything, only to find out you owe a lot more than expected. That's often how wind and hail deductibles catch homeowners off guard. These deductibles are different from the usual flat dollar amounts you might be used to. Instead, they are usually a percentage of your home's insured value. For example, if your house is insured for $300,000 and your wind or hail deductible is 1%, you will need to pay $3,000 out of pocket before your insurance covers the rest. Sometimes, these percentages can be as high as 5%, meaning you could owe $15,000 for damage on a $300,000 home. Many people don't realize this when they buy or review their policies. They might assume their deductible is a fixed amount, like $1,000 or $2,000, which is common for other types of claims. But wind and hail damage often have separate deductibles that only apply to those specific claims. So even if your regular deductible is low, your wind or hail deductible could be much higher. This is especially true in areas prone to hurricanes, tornadoes, or hailstorms, where insurers set higher deductibles to manage the increased risk. Location plays a big role in how these deductibles work. If you live in a coastal state like Florida, or in the Midwest, where hailstorms are frequent, your insurance company might requiring a higher deductible for wind and hail damage. This is to help them cover the bigger costs when storms hit hard. If you're not familiar with local insurance rules, or if language barriers exist, you might not realize how high these deductibles could be until you need to file a claim. Another reason these deductibles surprise homeowners is that they are not always clearly explained when you buy your policy. Insurance language can be confusing, and many people assume their deductible applies to all damage. But with wind and hail, the rules are different. The terminology and details are often buried in the fine print, making it easy to overlook. When a storm damages your roof or siding, you might be shocked to find out you need to pay a large deductible just for that damage, even if your regular deductible was low. Understanding these deductibles is key for planning your finances. It's important to review your policy carefully and find out if your wind and hail deductibles are percentage-based or fixed amounts. Some insurers offer options to lower these deductibles through special policies or riders. For example, you can buy a deductible buy-down policy that reduces your wind and hail deductible to a fixed dollar amount, making costs more predictable. Some policies also include extra coverage, like deductible waivers, if you have multiple claims from the same storm, or coverage for repairs to siding and roofing. In the end, wind and hail deductibles are often a surprise because they are structured differently, tend to be higher, and are not always clearly explained. For Asian American homeowners in the United States, knowing how these deductibles work can help avoid unexpected expenses after a storm. Carefully reviewing your policy and asking questions about your deductible options can make a big difference when you need to file a claim.